So I'm in the process of getting set up for the ice fishing season here in Wisconsin. I'm actually out in my garage here in Milwaukee, and have the clam heater going, and got a nice little workspace here at my workbench. But one thing I found kind of late to the game here, once you get into December, close to January, a lot of the stores are low on inventory on a lot of ice fishing equipment. So one thing we like to use with tip-ups, or even my automatic fisherman or my snappers for trout, we like to use hole covers that kind of insulate the hole, especially when you get into days like today. We have air temp about 15 degrees today, but it's below zero with a wind chill. Yesterday it was 30 to 40 mile an hour winds, and the cold front dropped in, so I didn't get out yesterday. But I've been here since the Christmas Eve, and I got hit with a pretty severe sinus infection, started going into bronchitis, and the 27th I got into urgent care and got some meds. So I got my classic prednisone and antibiotic cocktail, so I'm feeling a lot better today. I'm hoping to get out with my son this afternoon. We're going to go chase some northern pike on Como Lake, just outside of Lake Geneva. Yeah, I got my clam 16,000 BTU heater here, and got it hooked up to a 11-pound propane tank. Makes the garage real nice and comfortable. So since I couldn't find any hole covers, and what they are is about 1.5 inch, 2 inch thick, kind of like a rubberized foam, and it insulates the hole to a certain degree. But my dad and I, back in the day when I used to ice fish with my dad, he actually found some, I'm not sure if they were plastic discs for some sort of pail, special pail, but they were exactly 11 inches wide, and I couldn't find anything close to that. Either you get a 2-gallon pail, which is about 9 inches wide, or I have 5-gallon pail lids. And I picked these up at Farm and Fleet, one of my favorite stores here in Wisconsin. And I'll kind of show you what I do, but in a pinch, you know, a lot of those hole covers are anywhere from 10 to 15 bucks a piece. These were about 2 bucks a piece. So kind of a nice fishing hack that my dad and I did, you know, 30, 40 years ago. So I'll show you what I do. Unless you have a way to clamp it to a workbench or a sawhorse to kind of make the pail lid rigid, you can use a reciprocating saw or a sawzall to cut a slot. But I kind of do it old school. You can also use a hacksaw like this, but trying to do that, you can't cut a straight line, so using a shears is the best way to do it. And all I do is cut a little slot right in the pail lid here. Start a slot, and you only need to be big enough to get the spindle shaft on your, if you use board tip-ups, even a lot of tip-ups have just a narrow spindle. You just cut a little slot. You don't want to have too big of a hole. You just want to keep that hole covered as much as you can, especially when it's cold like it is outside right now. So just like that, cut a nice little slot. So I have one of my classic Beaver Dam tip-ups here, and how these work, they fold up real nice. You can store them real nice, real convenient. But how these work is the fish pulls out the line on the spindle here, and it sets the flag off. Just like that. But how these hole covers work, slide it right on like that, you got a hole cover, just like that. Real convenient. And as you can see, they stack up real nice. Throw them in the sled. Don't take up a lot of space. Works really well. So I have about 16 of these. I got the cut a slot You know, the trip back, you know, was mainly for family for Christmas, but I was hoping to get on the ice a little more than I did, but it's actually kind of a blessing. I was able to stay out of the weather and take care of some logistical and administrative things. Getting ready for my return trip back in January. We'll hopefully have a little more solid ice. I know the forecast in Wisconsin here looks like it's going to be seasonal temperatures, so anywhere from 0 up to 30 degrees a couple days, but extended forecast looks good. So I'm planning on coming back probably the last part of January. So, but I'm getting these prepared for chasing pike on Como and also chasing trout in the harbors.